Alright guys, we've got another video. In this one, I wanted to show off some of the Marvel related finds that I've had at my local thrift stores. So you can see here we've got three things. Let's go through them one by one. So let's go ahead and start off with the back. I'm going to move these out of the way for now so that we have a bit more room. So as you can see there, it's got the price tag on it, $3.99 at my local Goodwill. Basically it's a loot crate. It says that there's a $30 bonus item inside. It's a Captain Marvel related loot crate. So I don't really know when this is from. Maybe it gives us a year. 2019 looks like. It shows what was supposed to be included, but I'll tell you right now, it doesn't have that all in there. It feels pretty light, and I figured, someone donated this, so, some things might be missing from here. I took a quick peek inside just to make sure I wasn't buying an empty box. So there are stuff in there, but I didn't want to play around with it too much. So let's go ahead and pop it open. As far as Captain Marvel goes, okay, so we've got a few things. As far as Captain Marvel goes, not really, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. I don't really know much about her, to be honest. I watched the film, I've seen her in a few comics, but other than that, I don't really follow the character too much. I'm going to go ahead and move the box out, so there's no art or anything in the box. And let's take a look. So this is from 2019, so this stuff probably isn't really even relevant. And I remember when, see the expiration date, 2019. I remember when Loot Crate came out, it always kind of appealed to me, but honestly, I was like, I don't think I can drop, 30 bucks on a 30 bucks on a crate of something that I don't really know what's going to be in there. I mean, they give you the theme, but you don't know what you'll be getting. So in this one, it looks like they had just a lanyard, Captain Marvel. Okay. And then you've got, kind of move the camera there, the Ultimates. So let's see if we recognize anyone there. Got Captain Marvel. The art's kind of hard to take a look at. Maybe that blue Marvel behind her, but honestly, I don't really know much about the Ultimates. So we've got our pin here. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Feels like it's pretty solid. It's a little metal one. Looks like a cool little poster type design. So it's a nice pin. The Wasp bookmark. Let's go ahead and pop that open. Oh, this is metal. I thought it was gonna be a cheap plastic or something. And that's a really cool looking. Yeah, that's really nice. The Wasp. How do you take it out of there? Oh, okay. I see. So it's actually kind of sharp because it's metal. And that's a really nice looking bookmark. So this for sure I'll get use out of, especially when I'm reading. I don't know if I'd trust it with comics, single issues. It might rip, damage the page, but for a trade paperback, hardcover, maybe it would be a bit sturdier, so it would actually hold your place. But that might be the coolest thing in here, honestly. The lanyard, I mean, I don't really know that I'll have a use for it. Might be useful to hold some keys, but yeah, I think that bookmark might be the coolest part there, and I like that it has its little box. And then let's take a look at this Captain Marvel 3D comic standee. So this must be the bonus item because this was not listed on the back. And the towel, I guess, was the missing thing. But I don't know that I want someone else's towel. So okay, this is cool. Captain Marvel, Earth's Mightiest Hero. Let's go ahead and... Oh, okay. So it's plastic. She's kind of 3D. She's popping out of it. This is pretty cool. So, looks like a comic issue. She's, of course, busting out of it. You've got the jet behind her. This is pretty cool. So I guess you could kind of just like set it on like your comic stand, you know, like on your shelf with your books. Maybe even use it as like a bookend if you needed to, though I don't know if, I guess it depends. Might be sturdy enough too. It's actually a pretty cool thing. It says it's $30. I don't know that I would pay $30 for something like this unless you're like a huge fan of her, but I mean, we got it for $4 for all of this, so, and there was like 4 items, so like $1 each, so that's not bad. I'll definitely have to read more on her. I know that the Marvels movie is coming out in theaters here soon, so we'll see how that goes. I'm honestly a bigger fan of Miss Marvel, of Kamala Khan. I read the first set of comics that came out, when was that, back in like 2015-ish or so, and that was fun. But other than that, like I don't know anything really about Captain Marvel. I watched the movie, it was fine, but you know. So let's go ahead and leave this back here, and let's bring back. So the other find we had was this Memory Challenge Marvel Comics edition. So it's just a basic memory game. It was $2. This was not at Goodwill. This was at a different thrift store here in town. I like going there. They always have a variety of stuff as well, but they also donate like all the proceeds to a local animal shelter. So it's a really cool place that I like to support. But the thing that really caught my eye here was that the game tiles were all these like comic covers, and I decided like, for $2, let's go ahead and take a look. You know, if anything's missing, you know, just, you know, redonate it or find some use for it. So I ended up going through it, and I was really surprised because I was expecting these to actually be like cheap quality, like card or like paper. These are like a nice thick cardboard. So I mean, you're looking at these here, and these are, I mean, I'm not a huge like Marvel guy, so I recognize some of these, and the fact that I do shows me that they're like pretty iconic covers from different comics. And I went through, and I believe everything had a pair. So you've got all these cool classic covers from all your favorite Marvel heroes. You know, Spider-Man, you've got some X-Men in there. We had the Hulk up front. So, I mean, I bought it I was curious about it, and I was really surprised. Of course, I don't know that I'm going to be playing it as it should be. Like, Match is a very, you know, simple game. It's not really anything too, I would say, fun. It's just, you know, more so for kids. But the fact that, you know, the quality that was put into these is really great. So they're just really fun to look at. So much fun that when I saw them, I actually paired them up with another thing that I bought at Goodwill, and I made kind of like a little mock thing that I'll show you guys here in a bit. But let me just flip through a few more of these so that you could look at some of them. You've got some Avengers, Fantastic Four, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Spider-Man and Mysterio, Spider-Man's wedding. You got the end of the X-Men. You got that first issue of the X-Men. And of course it comes with like these other ones that are, again, meant for the game portion of it. Your turn ends immediately. Take a match from another player. So these are more like gotcha cards, I guess, to use against your opponents when you're playing the actual match game, or to like help yourself out. But what I ended up doing, so I got these, and then I came across some business card holders at Goodwill. They were $129. So what I ended up doing was I ended up buying 2 of them, and I picked out my favorite ones, and then I just kind of like laid them out like this. So it made like these, to me it looks like a mini like comic rack, right? So if you got your racks there with all your different issues of the comics, and then, you know, you could flip through them You've got your Iron Man, you've got your Wolverine and X-Men. So, I don't know, I thought it would just look cool on the desk, on a shelf. So that's what I ended up doing with them. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. Every time I look at it, it puts a smile on my face. So for $2 plus the, well, like maybe $3 that I spent for the little card holders, I ended up with something that I'm really happy with, and a really nice display that sits on my desk and on my shelves. So the last thing, let me go ahead and move these out of the way. Maybe I'll just put them here in the background, actually. Okay. The last thing that I came across was at another shop here in town. That one's more of like an antique slash like secondhand store. They've got secondhand stuff there, but he's been bringing in some new stuff as well. A lot of like collectibles, records, video games, figures, a little bit of everything, comics. But he had some cards out this time. He had football cards. I think even like some Star Wars cards, and he had a box of these Marvel Series 3 cards. So there's 12 cards in each pack, and they're from 1992. I looked it up, and I think there was like 200 cards in this series. So I don't know. I thought it was a cool pack. I decided to pick it up, and what we could do is maybe we'll go ahead and open this up. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have inside of this. So we'll open it very carefully. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys how much I got these for. So online they go for about, I looked up on eBay, like $8 a pack. He had them for $6, so it really captured my interest. So I was like, let's go for it. Let's see what we have. The packs, before I pull it open, they all said Marvel Universe Series 3. There was one with Wolverine, one that had the Punisher. I think one had Spider-Man, and I can't remember what the last one had, but I went with the Wolverine one. So let's go ahead and take one of these. Let's pop it open. So 1992. Oh, wow. That is an old pack that we're opening here. So we're definitely going to sleeve whatever we end up pulling from here. So let's go carefully, and let's see what we have. All right. So, Extinction Agenda. So what is this? Oh, that's quite a bit. I'll put it on the screen there if you want to pause that and read it. Cable, Cameron Hodge. Okay. Well, I don't really know anything about that. Okay, set it down there. Infinity Gauntlet. Ooh, that looks awesome. You've got Thanos. Who else do we recognize there? Hulk. Captain America. Silver Surfer. Thor. Wolverine. Nova. What was it? Spider-Man up there? I don't know who this is. It might be... I've heard of a guy called Dr. Druid. Maybe that's him. And then, of course, Scarlet Witch. Wow, that is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back. You've got Thanos, Adam Warlock. As told in Infinity Gauntlet 1-6, May through October 1991. Oh, wow. I should have given these their own video, honestly. There's quite a bit to read there, but I'll just leave it up for a sec, so if you want to pause it, you can take a look at it, because it would take me a lot longer to read through all of these. So what do we have here? Pantheon. I'm not too familiar with that. Rookies. The card quality feels a little thin compared to like the cards that I'm used to nowadays, but it still feels nice. Silhouette. Rookies. I'm not too familiar with this character, but we'll go ahead and put it on the back there so you can take a look at her. Okay. Gideon. So honestly, the only card I recognize so far is that Infinity one. I don't really know who this character is. It says he's a supervillain though. We know that. Okay, we know who Hobgoblin is. So we'll give you a second there to look at that. And let's take a look at the front. Oh, throwing the pumpkin bombs. That is a cool card. So far we've recognized two. Let's take a look at the next one. Magus. I think he has something to do with like Adam Warlock, doesn't he? Yeah, there it is. Of the enemies faced by hero Adam Warlock. Okay. What do we have here? Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Punisher. First team up Hearts of Darkness, 1991. Let's take a look at this card. This is a cool one. Alright. Some guys that we recognize. Red Skull and Baron Zemo. I've never seen Red Skull with the white suit like that, but that looks awesome. And then here you've got them on the back. They're close up. With a little bit of text there. Talking about their team up. Alright. That's a cool team up card. Next one we've got Night Thrasher. Okay, someone that I'm not too familiar with, but there he is. Okay. And then next we've got Nomad. I don't know who he is, but he looks super 90s. Okay, so he's some kind of vigilante. Alright, cool. Next, we've got... Oh, Doctor Strange. That's awesome. So definitely going to have to take some time to sleeve these and then read them. Because I am a fan of comics. I'm starting to get more into Marvel. So definitely will be taking time to read through these and look up some of these characters. This is a cool card. Definitely one of the favorites. And the last one, oh, Silver Surfer, nice. So we finished off on two guys that I recognize and that are really great characters. Very cool. Yeah, so really surprised by those cards. Really happy with them. And overall, just, really happy to find some cool things while out thrifting. It's one of my favorite things to do. Like I said, I like, finding cool things like this that I'm interested in. And I like supporting places like the thrift store there that donates things to the animal shelters. And then the other place, it's like a nice little antique shop. And anytime that I have a chance to support a local business like that, I like to go ahead and do that just because, it keeps them in business. It gives me the opportunity to have them in town and to get a hold of some really cool things. So, yeah, but overall, I don't know. I think one of my favorite things was definitely the match set, just because I built this cool little display using the pieces of it. I really enjoyed these cards. I might have to head back out and pick up a few more packs just to see what else we could pull on them. And then from the Captain Marvel box, definitely the bookmark was my favorite there. I'll definitely put that to use. But yeah, what was your favorite find that I had? Let me know. And have you had the opportunity to find some things like this? What do you guys think of these cards? Let me know if you want me to end up opening some more of these. Okay? Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.